Hello, everybody. We're doing well. It's currently 7:30 p.m. Central Time. It's already dark outside. That sucks. I want more sunsets and such, but we'll make do. Actually, that means I can hang out and see the sunset before streams. I don't know why I'm complaining. But yeah, hope you've all had a good day so far. I've had an okay day, especially for a Monday. But we got stuff to do. We got a promptathon to do. Very excited. So let's get to it. Lots of homework piling up. These are going to be some difficult 2 weeks. I think I have a presentation due, part of a research paper due, and 2 exams. One of which I'm very worried about, one of which I'm kind of very worried about, and not enough time to breathe. But after that, I'll get to go home and see my family. Today's drawing, I have a plan. It's very ambitious, but I'm like extremely excited for it. Because I've tried to set up things for me to be successful, but we'll tackle that once we get there. It's very much a Minecraft music kind of day. I've realized, and this is through my however many years of schooling, especially in the last probably like 5 to 6. One of the biggest signs of burnout or encroaching burnout for me is procrastination. In the summer, I rarely ever procrastinate. Or if I do, I wouldn't even, it's not the same feeling, but it is by technicality procrastination. Like in the summer, I'll just be like, oh, I'll draw instead of work on a YouTube video. And I'm not drawing to avoid working on the YouTube video. I'm drawing because I like drawing, right? Or I like playing games. Meanwhile, in school, it's not even drawing. I'll just watch YouTube videos instead to avoid. Or like I'll do things to avoid. I'll go to the store to avoid doing homework and stuff. And I call both procrastination in that sense because you're not doing the thing that you intended to do because you're doing another thing. But I think intent matters there. It makes all the difference. But anyways, I've noticed that whenever, maybe it's just an anxiety response, but whenever work piles on. Oh, goodness. Oh, I see. This is one of those somewhat intense Minecraft song edits. I put on a very calm Minecraft mix, and there's some unique songs in here, and I guess this is part of the aesthetic. I'm not sure if I like it yet. We'll see. I find video game renditions, like edits of songs, remixes, to a lot of the times, in my opinion, not be as good as I like them. I think the only time I can name a person like making their own version of a song is like Rosen, and I like Rosen's Zelda work. Actually, I'm not sure if that's Rosen just doing it by themselves or like actually like being contracted by Nintendo to do so. Yeah, I don't particularly appreciate this edit here. We'll mess with it. There we go. Sorry for cutting in the middle of that one. But I don't need all this fancy Minecraft movie Minecraft music edits. I'm happy with the OG. My professor gave us the exam questions before the exam, but he's only going to pick a subset. And that's like, I'm thankful because now I have a game plan, right? answer all of them and then walk into the exam with an idea and an outline of what I want to talk about. It's good. But man, like some of these topics are very like, you know, you have to argue stuff. It's a written exam where you have to argue points of philosophy. And that's tough to do on the spot. Like, you know, I can memorize all day my points that I want to cover, but I have to memorize, let's say I have like 7 points, which that's like going under, but like 7 things I have to say, right? Like, here's the thesis, here are the supporting arguments, here's the evidence, here's the conclusion, or like tying back to the evidence, here's the conclusion, right? And that's let's say like very modestly that's like 5 things you have to remember, whatever. But I have 6 things I have to memorize that for, in a way memorize, you know, understand those for, keep them in my brain. So that's immediately 30 things that I have to remember and associate them with the original questions, not mix up my arguments. I'm complaining for nothing because I'm very grateful that we get to know the exam questions beforehand. But I guess that puts an expectation on the student to be prepared. You know, it's not off the dome, so you got to be. Kind of reminds me of like the AP history exams or stuff. I actually rather liked the AP history. Like I only took the AP history exam once, obviously. But we had tons of practice exams, and I really liked seeing how we were kind of like fed the answer. I don't like the notion of AP, like the system. I don't like a lot of that stuff. Like if I was going to recommend to any high schooler, go to like a local community college or something and take the course. What's up, Bear? How's it going? We're playing Minecraft. This is a Minecraft stream. You could have submitted your amygdala drawing as part of the prompt today. It's very topical. Almost. You'd have to change the hard hat, which I love, to a cowboy hat or something. Sadie's doing great work with her submission. I saw it in work in progress, and so is Rise. I'm very impressed by Rise. He did a great job. I need to match the ambition of all of these people. You guys have set grand examples of what I ought to achieve. Grand? I don't know. How's your day going so far? Also, I forgot to schedule the stream on YouTube. My brain, I'm like a goldfish. I can only remember, or like whatever it's called when you can only remember 3 things. And every stream, I like make thumbnail, make the timestamps, and schedule next stream. But schedule next stream was replaced with submit thing to Drawabox. So, and I'd rather forget to schedule the stream than forget to submit to Drawabox. So that's, yeah. I'm looking at my reference monitor. I just have a crow staring at me. Leave me alone, sir. Sorry, as you were talking, my dogs just exploded. Are they okay? Couldn't hear a single thing you said. Have you seen that video? It's a girl going like, "Oh, my dog's barking," and then like Satan himself starts like yelling into the microphone. Out of barking. Okay, I'll either play it on. It's too loud to play on stream. Actually, we have calm vibes right now. I'm not gonna do that, but I will put it. I will find it during BRB. I'm gonna put that in Discord, and I bet you it's gonna be like a beagle, or what's the one of the dogs that you actually a bloodhound. That's the one I'm thinking of. They go. Woo-hoo! My sister's friend had one of those. And like it was an adorable dog, very funny, very cute. But oh my Christ. Like of the Pyrenees, I'm used to like frequent barking, right? But not like volume. It's like oh, 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 you know, like that. Not like foghorn. Also love seeing the rendered version of your little city drawing. Very good, very nice. Do I need to watch the end of City? Is that something I need to do? Is that homework? I guess I should say watch until the end. If you're into the plot of okay, cool. I'm not going to say their names because I'm just going to mess it up, but you know, I will. Those are the make sure I'm thinking the right. That's the I don't want to spoil it. Not even the same as the manga, really. I don't want to say the characters because like I don't. That's a spoiler if you're on like episode 7. You're right. Yes, those two. Okay, cool. No. I actually didn't see that much. I mean, they were just still images. They gave no context as to why they were happening. And I feel like every other episode of City could have those stills, and it would be like, oh, it's a funny, right? Like, City and Nichijou are unique in the sense that every episode is so goofy and like all over the place. Very high highs, you know? Like, someone did something and like there's explosions and statues and stuff. So, like, not to say that like an ending wouldn't be meaningful because there's all of this chaos, but rather it's hard to pick out what's like funny chaos versus meaningful chaos. From screenshots, not from the show. Also, so little story. As a story I figured out I can tell you guys. I was really upset because this is a funny story and I wanted to tell you guys, but I wasn't sure if I was able to. But I am. So most college campuses, especially ones that like specialize in research, offer computer clusters, like very powerful computers for people to do research on. You know, like data sets can be terabytes. Actually, not a singular, or like a collection of databases can be, or data sets can be terabytes. And you need very fast computers to both download those and work on all those, right? And so for a while, I thought I wasn't allowed to access my university's supercomputer thing. It's not a supercomputer. I just don't want to say what it is. Fast computer, exactly. I thought I wasn't allowed to access mine because I wasn't a research student. I'm just a normal student, or I'm not doing research. And it turns out I learned today I can because I was talking to my professor and I was like, hey, you know, I'm going to buy like a DigitalOcean VM or something to start parsing 24/7. Which means like I'm going to start downloading malware 24/7 just to train on it, right? He's like, why do that when you can just use the lab? I'm like, well, I'm not a research student. He's like, yes, you can. What's up, Rise? Saw your drawing, amazing work. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, I was like, I'm not a research student. I can. He's like, you can. Any student can. You can sign up for it. And the professor's like, I've been downloading malware for like a year or two, and I have like terabytes of malware. And then my friend goes, you're not allowed to download malware for that. I work there. And the professor just started laughing and being like, well, I guess they got to figure out that I have like 3 terabytes of malware that I've just been downloading to the university. Not like to the university, but, you know, to their computers. Thankfully, I can tell you guys this story because I looked it up. You are allowed to do this, especially my professor. We have some special things where we're allowed to do this. So, because when I applied to use the supercomputer, I'm just calling it the supercomputer. That's not what's called. I just don't want to dox myself. There's a whole section on like it's like exchange of malware and stuff. Like there's rules about how like if you're not allowed to import malware into the US, if that makes sense. Like or there's ways to go about it, right? Yeah, so I can now start downloading it in mass every day and training on it. My professor did say, though, I don't need to do all that. I can do it completely offline. Which I don't necessarily. I mean, he's right. You know, professors, especially him, definitely probably very right and very correct. I just don't know how. How would I make a powerful antivirus if I can't download modern viruses, except for making synthetic viruses, which have been proven to not be as effective or realistic, especially if I can't download or do stuff offline online. But that's for me to figure out. That's the course. That's the thing. Like I ask him, like, how do I pick features for my antivirus? Like, how do I make it stronger? And he's like, that's for you to figure out. That's what the class is about. He's very much thrown us in the deep end, and the amount of people in the class is decreasing by a lot. Uh, Survival of the fittest in a way. And the problem is, like, I would be happy because this is a competitively graded class. So that means there's less competition. But no, that just means the quote unquote weaker competition, which I feel like that's mean. It's not necessarily that they're bad or weaker or whatever. But the people who dropped out are the people who probably weren't going to be making like the most epic model ever or stuff antivirus ever. The students who will remain in the class are the ones who will make the best. But at the same time, it becomes ever more likely to be the person in last place. So also, I learned the people who did the best in the class for the last antivirus test were his grad students. How is that fair? Literally, they're the ones who made the game. I focus more on good ellipses than an actual realistic turning organic form. Also, I haven't watched many of the videos of Kurumi Stormpin uh, drawing. It pisses me off in a good way, in a good, respectable way. Um, Kurumi is just like so casually, just like, well, but like 10 times faster and more accurate and smaller than this. Like they do it so small. And they somehow, like, I'm doing this rather even. They do it with like value. This is the second time I've done this prompt. I think I've done this prompt as well. I drew either Tucker or Moose. I think it was Tucker robbing a bank. I think so. I don't have that sketchbook on me right now to reminisce. Anyways, we are going to go into BRB. We're going to do 2 minutes of ads. I'm going to send Bear Mug a video. And then we're going to talk about today's prompt and do it. So be right back. My Drawbox. So my first sketchbook that I started using on stream, the tan one, I don't have it with me right now. It's back at my home. Because that one's practically finished, and I just don't like that paper. But I do have all my Drawbox stuff. Yeah, I keep it all in a binder, and man, it's a lot. It's getting to a point where like I may need a bigger binder. And that's my other binder. I have another binder with over 1,000 pieces of paper in it of things I've drawn. Maybe wait, no, maybe around no, yeah, maybe around 1,500 ish. I just realized my plan for today doesn't work that well because I wanted to draw. Here, we'll talk about the prompt first, and then I'll rant about why it doesn't work. So, oh shoot, go away. Can I read it from here? Cool. I can't. I can barely read it from here. Wait. Okay, maybe I can. Let's see. I refuse to enlarge it. Do I read all of this? No, I don't want to read all this. The good, the bad, and the pugly. There are a lot of options here. This is the third paragraph. Illustrate your pet as a Wild West character. Design their clothing, their means of transportation, their place of business. Alternatively, you could illustrate their daily lives, their conflicts, and more. You wish you could color. Who doesn't? Yeah, no, it's so good. I'm Comfy, and of course, Comfy would go all out for what is that? Which one's name is that? Is that the one? Here, wait. Sweater sleeves. Sleeves, yes. Sleeves. I think that's sleeves. I had to read the bottom one. But yeah, so this one to draw your pets. And guys, I don't have a pet crow. I'm going to be real with you. I don't have a pet crow. But I do have a bird feeder with like a family of 5 crows. So a murder of 5 crows. So I want to do that. And the pose I have is like awesome. Do I just do it like a tiny cowboy hat? Because like the pose I have, which I can't really show unless like show my laptop, which I really can't. Unless it's gonna like reflect my face. Here, wait. No, I could probably get away with this. Here, wait. Just don't reflect my face. Oh, that works. So this picture I have, you can't really put a hat on this guy without it like obscuring everything, and I didn't realize that. That's an issue. That's difficult. And so either I do a really tight, because tonight is just an excuse to color like Kurumi does, and I wanted like a close up of a bird, or attempt to color like Kurumi does. There's absolutely no guarantee that we'll get even close to that. But yeah, I was thinking of doing that, a crow with a little cowboy hat on top. I think that'd be silly, methinks. And I actually need to get a reference of a cowboy hat. Cowboy hat. Cool. I already had to check some stuff. Cowboy hat. And I want like a nice side profile of someone wearing a cowboy hat. Which I don't think I'm gonna get. Bit of a hard one. I just want to buy a cowboy hat just to have like a nice one. I don't need it. I don't look good in hats. I don't have a plan to wear it, but I feel like I need one. It's calling me. I'm neither cow nor boy. I am bird. Then again, this crow's about to wear a cowboy hat, so I guess birds can. Perfect. Okay, I almost found the perfect reference. Guy has a feather in it. I feel like, nah. Yankee Doodle Dandy put a feather in his hat. Get out of here. I guess Yankee is a good description of people who wear cowboy hats. Those thing is a perfect reference. That's my job. True. But if I keep looking, I'll get one even closer. Oh, there we go. That's better. We'll stick with that one. Or that one. Or that one. Jeez. There's like infinitely many. Why is that police officers wear cowboy hats? Very cool. There's like infinitely many designs of cowboy hats. Oh my gosh, this guy has like the flat brim, like the is that in the good and the bad and the ugly? I feel like it is. The flat brim, like super round. That one's menacing. That one's cool. Sorry. Alrighty, we'll grab this. Doug Dimmadome freaking hat. Alrighty, so we have a plan. I'm not sure if I'm doing too much. What I'm about to attempt, which is draw like Kurumi. I think I may be doing too much. I think I'm over my own capacities, whatever it's called, but we'll try it. So let's get started. Oh shoot, I actually may need to sharpen, but dude, I would not have started drawing as a hobby if I learned how to sharpen my pencils this much. I got scammed. Anyways, crow time. This crow, I will say, not to be a contrarian, but this crow is a mighty perfect reference. Like, this is I couldn't really have asked for a better one that I wanted to draw. And do 2 heads lengths long and a little over 1.5 tall. Or a little under, sorry, a little under. Yeah, the base of the head. So we want like, let's say this is the true middle. We want the edge to be right here. We'll do this. It's crazy. I'm operating at like 100 times the scale Kurumi does. Like Kurumi draws so small, and it's amazing that they are like have that much detail. Ay ay ay. What was that? Was that part of the wood breaking off? I guess. I think one of my big reasons for using the blue pencil is because I like searching lines, which is a bad habit, I think. And in the process, you know, that can like dig into the page. Actually, I'm going to shrink the ellipse. We'll do that, yeah. So this suddenly becomes about 3 heads lengths long. So we'll do that. I love kneaded erasers, man. That does mess with our scale a little bit, but we'll be all right. Yeah, I think that's fine. I'm basically operating at like a. If I was gonna train my Drawabox skills back up to compete with yourself. Whoa, let's get it. You excited? Are you gonna buy like the French curves and stuff that you recommended? The extra tooling, ellipse guides and such. I'm gonna see if I could 3D print them, but that does come with a big margin of error. have this somewhere already. Yeah, I have the same set that I bought when I first got into Drawabox. So head's length is about exactly 3 inches. How do I always do this? It's always like 1 3/4. It's like some very, very nice number. I was also thinking, and this is an ambitious thinking, and I'm probably not going to do it, but participating in an Inktober would be quite fun. Like replacing streams with that, but I also do kind of want to just get to lesson 6. And you're like, why don't you do both? Because I'm busy and I don't have time. But maybe, I hate saying maybe next year, but in fact, maybe next year when all I have is a job, which I'm making a job sound easier than school, which probably won't be. Yeah. Get a piece of wood in my kneaded eraser and now I'm mad. Now it's gone somehow. Cool. Just like that, huh? I don't know why I'm obsessing over this ellipse. Thankfully, this is a somewhat profile, or I mean, yeah, first side profile. It's about a fifth, fourth, fifth. This picture of the crow's face is like very, very close, and the lighting is so perfect. I can see, um, like where the brow starts and ends and the different shapes, and it's just going to be very difficult to capture all of this form. It's doable, but it will be a mighty difficult. In fact, this picture's so big, I used the head as a reference for measurement. But I kind of want to use the eyeball specifically. Because the end of the socket of the eye happens near the center. You can even see the socket of the eye in a way, like where the feathers jump around it. Very cool. Very cool. So, man, I got my blood drawn today, and the older I get, the more I hate needles. Really, the more you hate them. Interesting. Why? Like, I haven't really. I've been very impartial my whole life. Not that I'm that aged, but I could understand needles. Like every time I do have to like resolve myself. Like I've never been poked by a needle and like, oh, this is fine. Like no, I have some resistance to it for sure. Yeah, I'm not okay with needles at all. I've probably gone more like 90% of people. True, yeah. Being in the military and stuff, you've probably got poked and prodded more than many people. Like let alone like outside of hospital patients. Goodness, and even then. Because yeah, I like anytime I had my blood drawn twice. Once when I was sick, and another time I donated blood. So, oh man, 3 inches, and I can divide it into thirds easily, dude. Oh my god, this is epic. Eyeball's a bit lower. Like I'm not sure if this is a good philosophy or not, but when it comes to like doctors and needles and stuff, I'm very these guys are the experts. I put everything. I'm extremely trusting. Like I'm like just do whatever. Do whatever you need. I will be whatever you need me to do. I will do. I'll drink whatever. I'll eat whatever. I'll as long as I get better. You guys are are the people to trust. One, two, three, four. Really hope I'm not being too ambitious with this drawing because I want to finish this tonight. I mean, I have to. But I also really need sleep. Like I've been severely neglecting sleep over the past while, and that's no good. Trying to figure out what's giving this crow's face such a great sense of like 3D, and I think it may be the distance between the feathers, and you'll see them as they go up over the beak. Distance decreases, which indicates that we're probably at the top of a cylindrical object. So it tells the brain that, right? No, geez, what? What? Hmm. Maybe it's a little bit lower than just a third or higher. Okay. Yeah, it's more so like right here. That's just not correct. I don't know what's going on, but that ain't correct. Oh shoot, chat's gone. My bad. Oh, I didn't realize. Maybe it's not that long. Maybe instead of 4 inches, it's more so like right here. I think one thing that could maybe make me faster at proportion at this point is just like needing to go so fast that measuring with a ruler would be inadequate. Because like I'll always have a ruler, but I feel like if I train my brain to think like, oh, using a ruler is inefficient, it's not fast enough. It'll be like, okay, what's the next best thing? It's estimating, you know. Oh, yo, what's up, Abigail? Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. How's your day going so far? It's about 3/5 of a third, so what's that? 6/5? Oh, sorry, 3/5 of 3, which is 6/5. No, what? It's 9/5. Sorry, so that's 1. Uh, 8, 1.8. Yeah, that still seems a bit short though. And I just dropped my ruler. Cool. Maybe it's just 1/5. Yeah. So 4/5 times 3, which is 12/5, or 2.4. That seems much more reasonable for. It's 2.5, 2.4. That's in between here. The hardest part about doing Kurumi-esque drawings is so much of it is form. And so like while I can indicate certain parts of forms um with construction. Sorry, so much I guess so much is like form depicted through uh texture. And so the very like needle-like feathers that are on a crow's head, they're very small. Very small detail. It's much harder for me to figure those out. Doing great. My family just got a dog. She's named Luna. Whoa. Awesome. What kind of dog is Luna? Oh, my ruler's on the floor. That's right. Ah, where did it? Whoa. Oh, wait, what? No, evaporated. Oh, wait, it's on my. What? How did it end up on my table? Did I pick it up at some point? Oh, interesting. Husky! Oh my gosh. I'm both jealous and not jealous because like they are so adorable and playful and they're great dogs, but they are loud. they are quite loud, but that is so awesome. That is great. For a while, I really wanted huskies, and then I realized like if I'm gonna live alone and have a husky, that's a lot. But I want big and energetic dogs, but like walking them, like making sure they're like I'm not gonna get a dog that requires a lot of play if I don't have the time, right? However, getting a dog is great for like mental health and uh I'm drawing this wrong, huh? Sorry, mental health and oh wait, yeah, it's supposed to go out like that. Exercise, getting you out of the house, socialization, all that good stuff. Looks like a penguin right now. Don't really know how to fix that, but hey, we'll have a penguin crow this stream, I guess. Like adding these details to the beak really makes it feel like a crow. I love how your live streams always look so kind. My mom always said about having some kind of kindness in your heart and don't let it break you. Wow, I'm stuttering so much tonight. But yeah, no, that is a great thing to live by. Or but don't let it break you. You know, it's an interesting balance nowadays to both be kind to people, especially on the internet, but also to be firm and resolute, steadfast in your goals and ideals, so you aren't swayed by anybody. Yeah, we're just here to chill. There's enough craziness in the day to day. I don't think anyone else wants any more chaos. And drawing is a rather peaceful thing. It can be. Can be until, you mess up a line or something, you're like, God dang it. Need to draw a cowboy hat to make this somehow cowboy related, as is our prompt. I'm very happy with this construction so far. Barring the performance of our cowboy hat, however we decide to draw that. Own type of code. I did a similar thing in I think it was middle school or high school. In fact, no, I continued to do that throughout a lot of my life because even in literally what was it, a year and a half ago, I made toll text. So yeah, no, I've done the same. It's very fun. Little codes and such. And you can share it with your friends or just hide little messages for yourself in the future. I forgot I made toll text. I forget I made that from time to time. What's your favorite kind of flower? I think mine has to be hibiscus. It's one of the more pretty ones, and I drink hibiscus tea from time to time. Yo, what's it for? I'm trying to remember. Here, wait, maybe your profile picture will jog my memory. I feel like I remember, but I don't want to be like. This account got hacked and got unhacked yesterday. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to jog my memory for. I feel like I remember the name, but I don't want to be like inserting false memories, and I don't want to be like, oh yeah, I remember you, and like lying. Gotcha. Epip. Ah, there we go. I do remember you. Yes. Okay, huge. Well, glad to hear you got your account back. Yes, that instantly jogged my memory. Good work. Sadly, we haven't eaten any paper between here and then. It's probably a good thing, though. Recently made a new drawing. Huge. What was it of? Funtime Bonnie. Yeah, I gotcha. Your favorite rare flowers is you have a Titan arum and parrot's beak. I do know about parrot's beak. Not a Titan arum. Whoa. Oh my goodness. That is intense. It's a big flower, and then yeah, I do know about parrot beak. Very cool. Reference to Funtime Bonnie. The paper is folded up on a table right now. Did you have fun making it? Yeah, I did just put some color on it. Huge. Do you know Cooking Fever? I do not. Or maybe I have. You're right. Cooking Fever, I do not actually. It looks familiar though. I grew up with games kind of like that. There's that one pizza game that I played before. It was very popular. I can't remember the name of it, but people typically have fond memories of that one. Papa's Pizzeria. Yes. Yes, exactly. Thank you. I played it a little bit. I barely remember it though. But I did play that quite a bit. Okay, time for imitating the master. The greatest is Kurumi. In fact, I have my 5mm, but I'm not sure if that's the right tool for this job. Let me give me a quick second. Because I'm thinking for this. We have to be careful with the size of pen that we use. Because if I get something, because this was, I mean, this is comparable, but I need to find a page to doodle on. There we go. Imitating some of Kurumi's art. She gets to black values so quickly without you even noticing. I think she just really spaces together. That's how she does it. She's very mindful of the contours. Yet at the same time, she yeah, I don't know. It doesn't feel like hairs sticking out. They feel like they're following the gradient of the form. And she also keeps them very closely placed together. And at some points when she gets the blacker regions, she just kind of just scribbles all over the place, it looks like. In some regions. Not this isn't constant. And for her like actually no, this looks like one of her like manga-esque panels. Anyways, I have to also decide on this page where the black and light values are, and it seems like she actually has a trend. She puts the light values near the end of the beak. I wish I could show you where. Let's say like okay, here's our bird, for example. She keeps the light values in this region, typically. Maybe even a bit behind the eye. This is all light, and then over here, she does a lot more darker values for several of her birds. Yeah, the darkest values are like right here. Right here. And then sometimes back here. Where that looks like a crow. Well, guess what? We are drawing a crow tonight. Do you think your drawing skills are the best? I think they are because they're better than my drawings. I do not think my drawing skills are the best at all. But here's the biggest lesson I think you can learn as a newer artist, or any artist, is you can compare your art to other people, but it won't help you become a better artist. Alrighty, have a good one, Abigail. Just remember, my art isn't better than anyone else's or yours. None of us is. We make art because we like it and it's fun. And you can compete with other people, but like, it is a fruitless endeavor. 9 more days until you draw with me and make your 500th day. Heck yeah. To draw with me, yeah. Icy Boy, what's up? So I have a game plan. Fidelity will be an issue. But I'm going to do my best. She actually doesn't break the contour that much, which I expected her to. I wish I had more drawings of her. Actually, no, here. Does she break the contour here? Because there's a lot of noise, so I guess in her background, so I guess you wouldn't want to break it. Everybody's an artist. I finally got the superimposed lines done. Heck yeah. I suppose actually, if you drop that in the Drawabox Discord, I can't promise I'll critique it or anything, but I'll definitely like look at it, and I may talk about it like to you on stream. So if you post that in the Drawabox Discord in the lesson 1 chat, I'll give it a look-see. And I think you should regardless, because people can always give you some good advice. Lesson 4 and 5, and a bit of lesson 3, I got extremely good advice that I would not have been as successful with if I did not. Kurumi, give me your strength. Give me your strength. Give me your energy. Let's do this. I'm going to get flamed? No, you're not. I mean, if the only way like people like quote unquote be upset with you in Drawabox is if you like don't make an effort. If you just like go through the motions and you're like, look at me, look at me. And no, people actually don't even get upset. They're just like, hey man, like do it this way. You know, do it this way, that way. They're never really mean at all. That's false. But yeah, don't worry. Like the best thing you can do is submit to like you would be hurting yourself more if you didn't submit to the Discord. Obviously you don't have to if you don't want to, but I think it is in your best interest too. Kurumi, you're so freaking goated, dude. Oh my god. Do you like drawing or more or music more? I like listening to music a lot, but I think I like drawing more. Drawing brings me a piece. They're different, of course. They provide for me different things. But like I like music a ton. Don't get me wrong. Music is freaking awesome. Awesome sauce. But they scratch different parts of my brain, and I like the scratch from art a little bit more. Like if I had to give up one, I would, or drawing, I should say, drawing art, because they're both art. But yeah, I like drawing more. And if I had to get rid of one, I saw a very interesting. This kind of reminded me. I saw a very interesting argument today. Not an argument, or yeah, just like a not a people arguing argument, but food for thought is if a nuclear bomb went off and you were somehow the last one alive, would you still create art? Guys, cheap followers. Whoa. Want to watch me ban someone? Want to watch me do it again? Stream boo. Rest in peace, stream boo bots. Yeah, music is awesome. I love music a lot. I love talking about it. I love listening to it. I don't know much about music. I have a lot to learn in that regard, but I'm so scared to put my pen on this paper. What the hell is that username? Oh yeah, what was it? Tinder understatement 4C. I was listening to rock music. Who's your favorite rock bands? I'm not sure if it's the same kind of rock you're talking about, but my favorite right now is King Gizzard and Lizard Wizard. Even though it's psychedelic rock, but and then 65 Days of Static and like classical rock or like classical rock. I mean, that's actually a good description, but you know, like the traditional 80s rock or stuff. ELO. Actually, does ELO count as rock? I think so. Yeah, they literally have one called Rock and Roll Beethoven or Rock and Roll Beethoven. Or Roll Over Beethoven. Roll Over Beethoven. Yeah. It's a different type of rock, yeah. Very big umbrella. That rock is. Dude, I'm stressing. This is a lot to take in. I haven't seen Kurumi draw the thing that I want to draw here. And I really wish I could like ask them about their process of like, or just watch them. Like how they go about doing lines and where. They have a couple of recordings. But like I more so want to know like, okay, sure they made that line, but like what prompted that decision? Classic rock just sounds wrong for some reason. Just like rock music on YouTube. I gotcha. No specific band. That's understandable. One of my favorite things about Kurumi, I can rant about Kurumi all day, is how they just react to the page so well. There's clear like scribbly lines that didn't end up being perfect, yet they still make it work, and I don't get it. It's so perfect. It's so good. It's so good. I listen to Big Guts and Bigger Guns. I like the name of that. Only thing they fear is you and other music. The only thing they fear. Okay, I thought that was like one big statement. Okay, the only thing they fear is you, and all other music huge. Kurumi. I think I'm a Kurumi fangirl. I'm not gonna lie. Kurumi also does a neat little job of getting a really good flow. Okay, I'm gonna keep the sections of the beak. I'm gonna like try to indicate this. It's gonna be darker. This down here. Oh, sorry. Are you drawing the cat with the revolver? No, but that'd be funny. I'd like that. Oh, song. Oh, Mick Gordon. You're talking about the Doom soundtrack. Yeah. Yes, I do know what Doom Eternal is. I love Doom, especially those. If you want that kind of music, I would recommend Igor, Igorrr, especially their newest album. I actually listened. The full album came out, and I hadn't listened to all of it, even though I loved what I heard from their newest album. It's definitely more. I would consider that's more than just rock. I'd consider that more into the metal territory a little bit. I'm no. What is there? I think it's called Amen by Igorrr. Yes, Amen. Amazing. I love Igor a lot. And yeah, Daemoni and Headbutt. Actually, no. Daemoni is the one I listen to. That's very reminder of that. And then my favorite from the album is definitely Infestis or Infestis. Also great. And then my favorite from their band is either Cheval from Savage Sinusoid or Tout Petit Mono. Tout Petit Mono. I don't know. But it's from the Hallelujah album, 2012. They're all great. I have some Mick Gordons from Doom Eternal on my rock music playlist. You could check it out. Heck yeah, I've actually listened to all of them. I'm a huge Mick Gordon fan. In fact, I think I tried listening to his other non-Doom stuff recently, and I really liked it. Mick Gordon's a goat. That's for sure. Okay, here comes the hard part. Drawing. Hold your breath, everybody. I may be getting really quiet as I focus up here. This is going to be very difficult drawing. And I just ask for your patience. I will read chat as often as I can. And I think with all things, or as all things should be, I'll start with the contours. I don't like putting the caps on the back of the pens. My head peeks under the camera. I'm sorry. In fact, I may have to. Here, actually, I can show what we're drawing maybe before we ruin this. You can kind of see it right here. Look at that. That looks weird. Crow. Like all the lines you see are my camera is so weird. Are different regions I want to shade and such. We're just gonna keep it simple, one pass. That's all we get. I don't have any instances of Kurome drawing a hat, so I'll do my best to. You know, in spirit of Mick Gordon, if I'm feeling it tomorrow morning, I'll listen to some of that. It's really good stuff. Cowboy hat. Running out of room. Oh, wait, I could put it right there. It's almost like my desk was made for art. Very thin lines. Need to be holding my fine liner more correctly. Oh my god, dude, that's so stressful. React to the page, Cav. Oh, yeah. Is that all 59 OST Doom Eternal music to your rock music playlist? There you go. So I'm very much a person that has to like go through each one. You know, I'm very picky in that sense. Where there's 59. Yeah, that game is stacked, man. Almost. Not quite there, though. Go to bed. Have a oh yep, of course. Have a good one. Stay well. All that good stuff. think one thing I see with Kurumi's art is very not scared to get into the black values very quickly, and that's scary for me because once you go there, you can't go back. There's no erasing. There's no oh shoot, too much black value. Nope, nope, nope. You're done. That's it. That's all you get. Which, in my opinion, is the hallmark. The person who knows how to do that. Hallmark of a very experienced, knowledgeable artist. Like definitely traditional draftsman, right? Because like once you mess up, there's there's not much grace to it. You're kind of like that. It's just it's permanent. You can only react to the page at that point, which is also, I guess, another quality that I look up to. You get like this small highlight at the bottom of the eye to indicate like that little eye form, and then we have this darker region which like explodes outwards into these like we go all the way around to the bottom of the eye, following like this motion. This kind of how I'm doing is I'm like both gluing myself to the I guess like form, the contour, doing contour lines. Sorry, lots of brain happening. While also trying to have like this back and forth dance with the texture with the hatching that I'm doing. And then a little bit of his just like intuition, like, oh, that's too dark, oh, that's too light. Is this the right methodology? I don't know. But I feel like, and then like all of it kind of just turns into this explosion I was talking about. It's very light down here. So we're going to start separating these. We have like this V shape. So we're going to get a bit dark here again and then climb up. Fun. Oh, where's the nose? I feel like I messed that up a little bit. I feel like there should be more strands here. And like coming off of this. trying to copy Kurumi a bit too hard right there with these. Hopefully these bigger strokes weren't too ambitious. So I'm trying to see these black values right here. I'm just trying to do that and then pinch them right here. And then it actually does travel up here. Definitely like this motion. So I'm gonna that. This is bothering me right here, so I'm gonna add like a climb. This is also too linear, and I think Kurumi breaks up these patterns by like exploding them in other directions. So like this will go this way, that'll go that way at parts. It's never that strict. Sadly, I can't add anything more, or else it'll break the values. So what I'll do is just add that fraying right there, and that's just gonna be like that, I guess. I don't really know a creative way of fixing that without making it too black. So we're just gonna keep it as it is, rather unfortunately. And then we have so much room to work with here. It's like a little jaw shape. But thankfully, not all of this has to be dark. In fact, these bigger lines that I'm doing, I want to kind of be like the kind of like bulk of the detail. You're drawn into the very nice eye right here. And also, I'm going to add like a, I don't know, the eye seems way too empty. You know, it's like such a big empty spot on the page. Like what I actually, yeah, what I could do. Even though the crow doesn't have this, just break it up a little bit. And one thing about this, actually, I just realized, is these aren't just feathers. These have like these little. I need to. Oh, that was bad. Like little offshoots. There we go. About them. So there's these lines generally. You have these beautiful little feathers that come off of it. And for these gaps right here, these gaps are the weird parts because I can't really tell the flow that I want feathers to be in right here. But since everything's like gonna start pinching right there, I'm gonna go down. Like I said, that uniformity kills, so I'm gonna try to break things up because we know it's gonna pinch, like I said. Yeah, I put that line way too high near the brow. This now makes it feel like it's like this concerned kind of vibe to it. Make this region a lot darker. Maybe that's a bit too much. Sorry, I have to talk to make sure YouTube doesn't like think I'm a bot or something. No, I'm getting to the point where I'm a little bit overwhelmed. I think I'm just like putting down random stuff that feels right, but I don't have much intuition for it. And again, I felt like that was a lot of this, so I'm like looking at the stream to see what it looks like on a broader view. I'm not too unhappy with it. A lot of the white values over here are messed up. It's very choppy. It wasn't consistent with the stuff over here. Yeah, I wish I was bold enough to do longer lines over here. Does Crim even do that? They do. But like they continue it pretty long like this. So we can and keep like some occlusion on the side so the silhouette gets a bit darker. I don't think I should be dragging my pen like that. I should be going slower, or like, you know, doing full strokes, not like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. I don't like this white gap right here. So I'm going to do I'm gonna leave it here. I got a sudden calling in my brain. And also, it's 9:50. I need to go to sleep. So, fun little stream. I'm happy with this one. I feel like if I was given a lot more time and patience and studying, and critiques and magical skill and potions to make me strong and kill dragons and money to make me strong and kill dragons, I could maybe do this even better. But that's not the point. It's that I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this one a lot. This was a very fun one. However, time is a factor, so we must take account for that. But yep. So, very fun night tonight, everybody. Thank you very much for joining. We will be streaming tomorrow for the final day of the Promptathon. What a drawing to start with or you know, whatever. We're near the end. That's kind of what I'm going for. I want to add more little details, but I'm going to stop. But yeah, so once again, thank you all very much for joining me tonight. We'll be streaming tomorrow, and then we'll probably be taking Wednesday and Thursday off. And then we're going to be streaming Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then Monday. No, not Monday, and we'll take Tuesday, or we'll take Monday off. We'll stream Tuesday, Wednesday. No, we'll stream Tuesday, no Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So yeah, it's gonna be bumpy. We have exams, but hey, we're gangster. So, it's so below. That's one of my favorites. Good song. Anyways, so yeah, once again, thank you all for joining me tonight, and I cannot wait to see you guys tomorrow. Bye for now.